people, you are greatly welcome back to my channel. This is Rosie from Rosie Brand Naturals, and today production will be making our profitable bar soup. Here we'll be using our tallow, and here is our tallow that we made. If you've not watched the video on how I made this tallow, please go ahead and make it. It is this yellowish because little of turmeric entered it. I'll be taking from the tallow 500 grams of our tallow. So I'll set it down first and I'll measure out my PK oil. Thousand grams of my PK oil. So that is 1000 grams of our PK oil in there. So I'll set the oil aside and come in with my caustic soda. So here I'm measuring out 248 grams. You can as well measure out your caustic soda at 250. So I measured out 250 of my caustic. Now set this aside and measure out my water. In total, I'll be using 1250 grams of water. Here is my 600. Use this in dissolving my caustic soda. I'll go ahead and dissolve my caustic soda in here so that it can have time to cool off completely. So you gently add to water, then you stir. So, right. Then I'll come in with my scale to measure out my soda ash as well as my other fillers. You can use 225. That is 15% of the oil quantity. That is what I'm using. 50. I also add in my sodium sulfates, and that is 20% of my oil quantity, and I'll be using sodium sulfate at 300. I'll add them together, then I'll add water to dissolve them. Sulfate, these are fillers, and these are very high in cleansing property. So that is 300. Into that, I'll add in my water. I'll stir this up to dissolve. Please don't just soak it and go your way. You have to make sure it is properly stirred. So while I'm waiting for this to dissolve, I'll go melt my tallow. So I'm going ahead to melt up this. So guys, here is my melted tallow. You can see how beautiful it is. If you want to find out how I made this so beautiful, so clear, just like our normal vegetable oil, you can go down the channel to watch how I made this beautiful tallow oil. Very clear, very beautiful, guys. So combine them so that this doesn't solidify as it cools down. So combine this into that. It has this beautiful yellowish color as a result of little turmeric in it. Although it is not needed for my profitable bar soup making, but it is what it is. So I'm mixing this to make sure it is fully combined. While we are waiting for the caustic to cool off, I'm going to add in a little bit of my calcium carbonate. A little bit of my calcium carbonate. Into the mixture of my soda ash and my sodium sulfate. So I'll just add I'll add 75 grams. You can add as much as 100 since this is the weight of the soap. And I'll stir that in. If this is semi-hot or hot process, you can increase this quantity to as much as 200 to 300. So I'll set this aside and bring in my modes. So here are my modes. I'll be using these beautiful modes. So these are some of the things you can use as modes. Here is my plastic or my rubber bowl, and I'll be using this for my homemade soaps. You can use this, get more of them and use them for your business. So to allow the soap to easily come out, you have to oil it a little so that the soap can easily come out. If you are using a silicone mold, you don't need to oil it. If you're making use of your normal wooden mold, all you need is to line it up. For this is to allow the soap to fall off and not stick. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I post a new video. Please like this video. Please like my videos. Thumbs up for this video if you like what you are seeing. Thumbs up for the video if you like what you are seeing. So I'll bring in my oil and I'll add my silicates into the oil. Make sure in my silicates to the oil. This will help the bar to be smooth as well as harden. Adding my silicate at 250 grams. Here is my silicates. I'll be using 250 grams. So that is 250 grams. And I'll stir that in. I just add little of my yellow color into this. You can use any color of choice. I don't want it so much yellowish. So I'll just add this. To misbehave in any form, I'll also be adding into this oil my fragrance. I'll be adding into this oil a little bit of my fragrance. So that is 30 grams of my fragrance. So here is my caustic, and to fasten the cooling down of my caustic, what I did was to drop this bowl into water. You can drop it into a very cool water, but I dropped it into normal room temperature water and it is completely cool, just a little warm. So I'll just go ahead and let me just combine them together to make my production easy. So I'm combining your soda ash first, your caustic soda first into the oil, then you add in your soda ash and the rest. I want to make it this way so that you guys are always so confused on which goes in first. You can even go in with your soda ash if you can manage your production. So I doubt if this bowl is gonna take this production, but I poured it into the buckets. So I'll go ahead and add in my caustic soda mixture. That is the caustic end. So I'll add this to my oil now. To combine, it will begin to thicken up. So you keep stirring and adding my foaming agent to this. So I'll add in my foaming agent. And here is my foam booster. I got this from the store. So I'll be adding half of this, which is about 250, 300. Half of the foaming booster to this production. And you keep stirring this together. Warm as well as my oil. This will delay a little before it thickens. Stirring until it comes together. So at this stage you can go ahead and blend it with an emulsion blender, but I'm just gonna whisk until it's come together and I'll pour to the mold. So after stirring for a while, you get this beautiful emulsified soup. You can see our soup is coming together perfectly well. Very beautiful and emulsified soup. So it is time for you to pour this into your mold and cover it up. Leave it for 12 to 24 hours to mold. The combination of oil left us with very fluidy and creamy batter to pour into the mold. If you are making use of hard oils, this will have thickened immediately on use of olive tallow or olive palm oil. But because we perfectly combine these two oils, we are getting a very creamy and emulsified batter. So I will immediately pour this into my mold and leave overnight to solidify. So I'll bring in my molds and I'll add them to it. So you pour into your mold. So I'll now cover this up and we'll come back after overnight or 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours to mold this. So I'll leave this to overnight and we'll return back to show you the outcome, guys. Guys, it's now time to mold our profitable bar soup. So we'll mold from one mold to the other. So you separate the side of the mold and turn it upside down. And because of the oil you did apply, the bar of soap will just fall off. Molding this quite very early. This is about 12 hours. So I'll try to cut this bar. See how beautiful this soup is. So beautiful, guys. Then This is a very good result. Guys, this is for home use. If you are making this for sale, you need to get a good cutter so that you can get the same shape and the same size with what is sold in the market. And this is the second mode. So we also unmold this. So just pull it apart this way to separate it from the rubber. Then you turn it upside down. So this is a good mold idea, guys. You can get this in the market. So you cut. Just trace to the middle. This soap is so beautiful, guys, and it's so hard. So I'll keep this aside and cut this into bar. You see a whole lot of soaps. These soaps are so beautiful, guys. So count with me. Our bar of soap made with our 1.5 liter of oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I got 24 bar of soap without any cutouts. And this is because this is home use, guys. So I didn't use the mold that will warrant me trying to shape them well. But this gives a whole lot of soap. And our soap bars are very big. And leave it to cure for just 2 weeks and you are good to go. 2 weeks. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying put. Thank you so much for coming back to watch my video. Please thumbs up for this video if you like the content I'm bringing to you. Share to your family and friends. Tell somebody about Rosybella Naturals. Thank you so much for sharing my videos. Thank you for the like. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Love you and stay put. Bye-bye.